Hi everyone, this is Ida with Created to Create. I have a project share. Um, I always say, let me adjust you. And somebody commented one time, I had to laugh. She said, next time you adjust me, can you make me thinner or something like that? I thought it was so funny. um, I've been working on my project for the Prima collab that I had done, the mixer, and I still wanted to add some more embellishments, and I hadn't been able, I didn't have time to finish everything that I wanted to create for this project. So I wanted to make some rosettes, and I normally don't make rosettes, but for this particular one, I did want to make some rosettes, and I wanted them to be baking theme. And I did have some questions about some of the dies, where I got them from on that video. So in this video, I'm going to hopefully post the links to whatever I could find on Amazon that I did use for my projects. I couldn't find them all, but the ones I did find, I will go ahead and list those. Here are the rosettes that I created, and I think they came out really pretty. I wanted this to be more on the shabby side to match my mixer. And so anyway, one of the things that I used, the method that I used to make my rosettes is by, what is her name? Tara Finch. Um, Her way of doing the rosettes, she actually stitches them. She does a running stitch and cinches it and ties it, and that's how she creates her rosettes. And I love the way she does them because they're perfectly round. Usually when you glue or staple these together and you run them through your machine with a die on top to cut the shape out, it's pretty flat. But because she stitches it, she didn't have to run it through a machine, and the circles are perfectly round. So I like her method. I will link her video in the description box. And then I did add a piece of mesh to the top. Now, after I had done my rosettes, I did the 4 that I wanted. And in order to get them all the same size, I cut all the strips at the same time, and that way they were all exactly the same size. And it was pretty wide, not real wide, but the standard. But I like my rosettes a little bit smaller, so I cut off, I'm gonna say maybe a 1/2 inch strip. But I piled all of them together and kind of folded them where I could just run my scissors across and they would all be the same. So I did shorten the width on the strip. One of the ones that I created, and after I had done that and cinched it, I just added a little square piece of tulle. This one has gold glitter on it. As hopefully you can see, I have my fingernail under it. And all I did was I used my my little cottage cuts die. This one was gifted to me by my friend Carolyn. It's this one right here, and it's a tiny little apron. And I cut this out twice. I cut it once in the designer paper and once in the pink that I used to do the base on my mixer. And I just kind of on the pink one, I just cut out the waist part and adhered it to the top of my printed paper one. I did the same with the pocket and the ruffles. Ooh, there's a mosquito here. He wants to be on YouTube. And then what I did was I cut out the word sweet. And these little hollies right here came from my friend Sabrina, who is the S Factor Studio here on YouTube. And I colored them in a very pale green, and I will share with you what I used to color that. Let me grab that marker really quick. I always think I'm ready, and then I am not. Now, I did post the link to this Tri-Blend marker by Spectrum Noir, and this comes in 3 different shades of green. So you'll have like the light one, it says light right there. So this one will be the lightest color of the green, and then the center is a medium, and then the other end is the darker green. So I love these markers because I don't have to worry about trying to figure out what color how many numbers down to go on the numbers to get the shade lighter, and that will work well. So that's what I like about these, that I don't really have to give it any thought. So I'm liking these markers. So that's what I use to color the holly leaf. And my friend Sabrina, she left them white and she stamped them in green. And I added some of that, the white that's on here is like fabric puffy paint. And that's what I use for snow on these. I just added a little bit of white there, and I sprinkled some glitter. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did sprinkle glitter on those. But on the leaf part where the white isn't on there, I did use my stickles on there. Then I got a little flat back right there. Let me see if I can get more to this side. And then I have a little bling right there that my friend Sonia had sent me. And here's the back. And I think they look really nice. So there's one. And the word sweet came from... I have a couple things where I have the word sweet. One of them is this donut one that has the word so sweet, friend, smile, hello. But this is a bigger sweet. The sweet that I used on here, on the apron one, as you can tell between this one and this one down here, this sweet is smaller. This one came from this word die, and I don't remember who it's from. If I find it, I will link it, but this has the word sweet right here and it's smaller, but I like both of them. So that's where I got the word sweet from, and I think it's really pretty. These holly leaves, Sabrina cut them out with the Heartfelt Creation New Holly and Stamp die set, and they also have the shaping mold, and I had to break down and get that. I think it's so pretty. So anyway, that's one of the ones that I created. Now this one right here, this one says Sweet Christmas, and the sweet for this one came from this donut set, and the Christmas came from a Sizzix die. I will share it with you. Is this one. It's a Christmas word die by Jen Long. So I did Sweet Christmas on here. See this little ribbon rose right here? It's made out of the crepe paper piece that I cut off to make my strip more narrow. Same technique. I just cinched it all up. I added glue to the edge and kind of sprinkled glitter on it all the way around. So that's why it's got that iridescent glitter on the edge. But it also has the tool, the pink tool on top with the gold glitter on there. And now to add dimension to all of these, the ones that I did add dimension to, like the apron, for example, if you can tell it's kind of thick, I used the Dollar Tree foam core board, and that's how I did that. And I did that with Christmas, and I did it with sweet. These dies, even though they're intricate, they do cut through that, so it really works. Here's another one of the hollies from my friend Sabrina, and then the three little blings from my friend Sonia. And then, like I said, this is just a ribbon rose that I made with the little strip that I had cut off from the crepe paper. So it's a crepe paper rolled rose that I created there. And then I created this one. You know, we all have a special bowl, or I do. I make tortillas because I'm Hispanic. Not very often anymore, now that all my kids are grown. But usually when we do something that we used to do on a daily basis, we have a special bowl that we like to use when we're making that. Well, this is my special bowl for Christmas. This is a gingerbread bowl, and I use these stickers that I picked up from, I think it was Hobby Lobby. I have them right here. Let me share those with you. Yes, it was Hobby Lobby. These acrylic stickers from Hobby Lobby, and these came 6 to a pack for $1.99, but I think they were 50% off when I bought them. And the poinsettia came from my friend Sabrina as well, and so of course the hollies did too. And all I did with the with the poinsettia, she sent them to me already shaped, already stamped. I didn't have to do anything but stack them. So I added some diamond dust on the petals, and I added a little mixture of of glass glitter that Sabrina mixed together with beads and glass, a little glass glitter. And she did sent me a little, like a little container with a mixture in it. And that's what I used for the center there. And then the little spatula and the whip came from, or the whisk came from, where did it come from? Okay. Came from this Sizzix die. Again, I will link this because it's got the baking utensils, it has the scale, it's got the kettle, and then it has the, like the KitchenAid mixer. So this is one of the ones that I used. And the bowl to that is this bowl right here, I believe. Yeah. This bowl is the one that goes to this set. And look at how pretty that looks. I think it's beautiful. Okay, the last one that I created, and again, I did cut the foam core board from the Dollar Tree to give it dimension. And I really don't add glue. When I add the tulle on top, I don't really add glue because when I start gluing stuff on it, the glue seeps through to the crepe paper and it kind of gets trapped. Now I do start with a little square, and after I glue at least one piece on here to hold the netting in place, the tulle in place, then I'll just go with my scissors and I clip it all the way around, just trim it to give it the round shape. But that's all I do to it. So that's why you don't see in the back, you see the circle to finish it off, but you don't necessarily need it in the front, especially when you're gluing things and you have the tulle on top. So that's all I did there. And then the last one is this one. Again, I added the glitter to the edge. I added the little piece of tulle on top. Here's again the little poinsettia from my friend Sabrina. The little hollies. I added the glass glitter, and this has stickles. And then here's the little mixer. This mixer is smaller. I'll share with you where this die comes from. And then I tucked just a little gingerbread in there. And the mixture that one comes from is from this Cottage Cuts die right here. And the gingers that were on my trays came from this. So this played a big part in the things that I created. And this one does have the wire whisk and the spoons and all that extra stuff that that you wouldn't need to use this one. But because this one is bigger, I like it. But this mixer was too big to go on here because I was going to do this mixer, but it was too big. But then I remembered I had the smaller one, and this one worked better for the smaller rosette. But those are the dies that I used. I will link them in the description box, but I think these ended up really pretty. I hope that you like what I created, and all I need to do is package them up and add them to my little bowl that goes to my KitchenAid. And then all I have to do is buy some goodies to go in there, because I always like to include, like, because this is baking, I would probably add like a baking theme stamp and die set, or ribbon, or embellishments, or something. I would add to this. For example, I like these buttons, and I got these at Hobby Lobby in the little Christmas aisle, but they have the little cookie cutters in the star and the gingerbread. Then it's got the buttons that are different things that, you know, you could, there's the gingerbread, there's a flat back gingerbread. I think these are really cute to add to a bake theme rosette. Well, yeah, rosette, but also as goodies for to go with the baking themed Happy Meal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is having a great day. Hopefully we can get back on track here. You know, I was a little off there for a little bit, and just taking some time to just be with family and stuff. You know, we just did my brother's, he didn't want to, a burial. He wasn't buried. He was cremated. And those were his wishes. And but he wanted us to do a celebration of life service for him, and we did that Saturday. Again, I cried me a river again, but you know, it's all good because I know where he's at. But you kind of, it takes you a little while to get past that. But, I'm doing well, and I want to thank everyone for your heartfelt condolences, your kind words, for your prayers, definitely. There's always change. When the church starts praying, there is change, my friends. So I thank you for those prayers. I hope everyone is having a great day, and God bless. Bye.